not my fault.
We can edit this up.
Yeah.
No, this is live.
Okay,
Oh,
cool. I'm Byron. I'm a game or systems designer on Stellaris.
And how did you wind up working for Paradox?
Many, many years ago, I applied to be on the closed beta testing for EU4 and got accepted for that. And then through that, applied for the QA role on EU4. After a couple of applications, I was accepted for that, and then when EU4 moved to Tinto, I was transferred to Stellaris, and I was dabbling being a designer whenever I had lull time, and one of my friends was like, you're either going to have to do one or the other. Don't split your focus, and I managed to convince the powers that be to let me be a designer instead of being QA.
What has been your favourite thing to work on as part of the custodian team?
Multiple, but most recently the habitat rework that I did for the Q3 patch last year. Because that was just, everyone else went on summer vacation and I had about 3 weeks in the office where it was just me, so I was able to crack on and make multiple different prototypes and just figure out what worked and what didn't.
What is your favourite type of empire to play?
That's a tricky one. Generally anything that tech rushes, because it's not really a sci-fi game if you're not playing around with advanced technology.
Wide or tall?
False dichotomy. Such a thing doesn't really exist in Stellaris, which is a hill I will die on, because at the end of the day it comes down to the number of hops you have, and if you have a lot of pops on a few planets, or you have a lot of pops spread out over many planets, much for muchness at the end.
What has been your favourite buff in the Backlog edition?
The rework to Ascension Paths, we did the Orion patch, because what irked me about that is it used to be you could just save up Ascension perk slots and go click, okay, I've completed my Ascension path, done. And then transferring those into traditional trees, so they were gated over time, made it feel a bit more like there was an actual narrative and there was time taken for it.
What does the decision-making process look like during a feature rework?
So fundamentally it comes down to, why are we doing the rework? What's the end goal? What are we trying to fix and why? And how many resources do we have available for it? What disciplines do we have? How many people from each discipline? That sort of thing.
When designing or building a new feature for the game, does fun or balance come first for you?
Generally a mix of both. At the end of the day, you can rebalance a feature at any point during development, even after release, if some people online find some horrific exploit that leads to consequences you didn't imagine. But generally, why are you adding something new to the game if it's not fun?
If you could work on one thing regardless of available resources and have it end up in the game, what would it be?
People hate me for saying this, but I want to remove armies from the game. I just want to simplify ground combat. It's to me busy work that doesn't need to be in the game. It's like, why am I training armies? Just let me put marine detachment pods on my cruisers and let them drop armies down when I'm bombing a planet and conquer the planet that way, and I don't need to worry about if I'm training, psionic assault armies or xenomorphs, or to me it's just busy work.
Controversial.
Yes.
What's the most underpowered thing in your opinion?
I think it's all the little things that have gotten forgotten about over the years. So like, there's some species traits, they could be tuned up. Espionage operations could definitely be made more powerful, but it's just the little things that we forget about over the years, and rare events that might only pop up once every 20 playthroughs or something. It's like, this was not intended to be impactful, but given how rare it is, maybe you could do with something to make up for how rare it is, that sort of thing.
And what's your favourite joke or meme that ended up disrupting the office?
I think it's probably just all the design discussions that happen between myself, Marcus, Stephen, and a couple of the content designers that get carried away. It's like, this is grim, this is absolutely dystopian.
Yeah, that's everything.
Brilliant.
Thank you.